to Social Savvy Crew. Hope everything is doing fine for you. Today, we are back with a new episode with me, Sharifa, about why does some people drain us, even if they were very dear and closest people to our heart. And how are we going to protect that kind of energy without losing the connection? I'm going to give you an example to start with, but I'm sure you're going to relate to it. Let's say you're hanging out with someone for an hour only, and somehow you feel like you have run a marathon. They didn't yell, they didn't insult you, they were nothing but nice person to you. But something about the interaction left you feeling heavy, depleted, off, and you go back home. You replay the conversation. You wonder if you're being too sensitive about it. And then you tell yourself, okay, just get over it. I don't have proof. It's just me maybe being stressful about life generally. But the truth is, you shouldn't ignore your energy because it does not lie. And if someone is consistently leaving you feeling drained, it's okay to pay attention to that. You can gently unpack what's really happening and how you have to care for yourself without feeling guilty. So, what is energy draining and how does it feel like? Sometimes it's obvious. A conversation, it's all about them. Each time you try to share something and it gets redirected or dismissed, or it gets over competitive by saying, for example, I had the most terrible day yesterday. This happened to me and that. And then eventually they jump in and then like, yes, me too. I had this and that. Okay, we understand that we are not in a competition. You should embrace, firstly, my feeling, validate it, and then you can jump to it. So this kind of energy, I think it's obvious for everyone. But other times, it's more subtle. They vent constantly. They never ask about you. They need reassurance over and over, but never seem to receive it. You walk away feeling emotionally used, but you cannot quite explain why. And that's the paradox. You were available, but they weren't reciprocal. And that's where the fatigue creeps in, unfortunately. Let me get a little bit scientific, let's say. The psychology of draining dynamic is that our nervous system is naturally mirroring the emotional energy of those around us. So when someone is always in crisis, constantly negative, emotionally unavailable, or overly dependent, it puts the system, our system, into high alert. You are doing the emotional labor for both of you, can you imagine? And that's not being a good friend, that's overextending. I see some people are thinking that I'm a villain or wicked in this story, but I'm not talking only about the connection, the toxicity of the connection. I'm talking about your mental health outcome. It's not about drama. It's about the imbalance. So you give support, they take it. You ask a question, they answer at length, but never circling back. You leave the conversation smaller, not fuller. And over time, that drains your emotional battery, whether you consciously notice it or not. Being present for someone, especially friends, is super beautiful and human being. But when presence turns into self-abandonment, that is the red flag over there. And I don't say you have to cut them off, ghost them, or go weirdly dramatic about confronting them. Some people can be confronted, that for sure. But if you feel like your confrontation will bring them down by saying, it's about you, you did that to me, like guilt tripping, let's say, then please, you should never do that. However, you do have the right to recenter yourself. Listen to your body cues. But your body knows everything. That is from experience. If you tense up when you see their name pop up, when they send a message, when you sigh when they start another story, when you feel relief when they are canceling on Hangouts, that is your cue there. Your body's honesty is often clearer than your mind's excuses. And there you will set your gentle boundaries. You will say, hey, I care about you. You and I have the best time and the best history, but I don't have the emotional bandwidth for a deep conversation right now. Can we keep it light today? If they start circling to their stories, you can stop them gently. That is there what honors your needs without shaming theirs. You're being nice, you're being kind. And you can also shift the pattern. If you're always the listener, start sharing more. If you're always available, try pulling back a little bit. Try to get into new hobbies, get busy, for real busy. You're not just giving them excuses. And notice how they respond. That will tell you a lot from experience. And my final note would be, you can be compassionate, but also protective. And some people do drain us because we are allowing it. Unfortunately, I don't want you to stay in the victim mental or mindset for a long time. These people haven't learned how to self-regulate. They are not actually listening. They are just dumping their problems because we are their trash, that we accepted to be in that situation. That relationship is built on imbalance, not mutual care. And you are finally allowed to outgrow dynamics that no longer feel life-giving. You're allowed to need your space, to put your peace before anyone else's comfort. This does not make you cold. It does make you conscious. You're not selfish. And if someone came to you feeling constantly drained by a connection, you should remind them that their energy matters as this is your reminder from me too. Until next time, take care and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!